He says it was only a $5 fine. He says I wrote a
Jeff Nysonger on the 2, Live Lively. 6th race, number 5, Dragon Story, Braden Rhodes. Braden Rhodes, the 5, Dragon Story. In the 7th race, number 1, SP Dancing with the Stars, Braden Rhodes. Braden Rhodes, the 1, SP Dancing with the Stars. Number 2, Bug Juice, Bo Brown. Bo Brown, the 2, Bug Juice. In the 8th race, number 1, Somewhere Up, James Day. In his time, Braden Rhodes. The 3, Rockin' My Boxers, Emmanuel Miller. And the 5, SM Hugo, Mark St. Louis Jr. Now listen to this announcement very carefully. Tom Pye, I want you to be sure you get this straight now. The 1A will have saddle pad 6. The 1A will have saddle pad 6. The 1B, Cinder Lane Cruiser, will have saddle pad 7. Saddle pad 7 on Cinder Lane Cruiser. The post positions in the program will remain the same. So that means number 6 in his time will have post position 4, and number 7 Cinder Lane Cruiser will be post position 7. When you buy a ticket on number 1, you will have 3 horses coupled as an entry, 1, 6, and 7. 1, 6, and 7 will be coupled as an entry in the 8th race. In the 9th race, scratch the 1, Candy Sweet. Scratch the 1, Candy Sweet. Number 5, Feisty Jim, make the driver Drew Neal. Drew Neal drives the 5, Feisty Jim. Those are the changes and corrections in today's racing program. When play
The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is presented by the Ohio Veterinary Medical Center, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, Dublin Valley Farms, Stable.ca, and Midland Acres. Now let's go trackside for all the action.
Good afternoon, racing fans, and welcome to the Morrow County, Mount Gilead, Ohio. We've got 9 races to bring you today. See, you already got lots of people watching. So, Tom Pye, the harness guy, Matt Clark, and myself, Susan Schroeder, are going to bring you all the action.
And going to have a lot of action today. We have 52 horses in today. I believe one's scratched now, so that's 51. 24 trotters, which includes 21 fillies, 2 mares, and even a classy old fella by the name of Feisty Gin. He's a 10-year-old gelding to watch. So we got 9 races today. The weather's great. A little bit warmer than yesterday because the breeze is not as prevalent today.
Yeah, a little bit humid here at Mount Gilead, but yesterday the fastest race of the day was our last race, the free-for-all pace, in 59-3. So we may have the fastest race of today, may be the last race again, the free-for-all trot.
And that's a nice, a good field. But first race coming up. These 2-year-old filly paces, one of 2 divisions. Total purse of $13,055. This division goes for $6,528. Number 1. This is Bill Peters' favorite announcement. Are you really kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
This is really, are you kidding me? I can't even get that right. But this is a 2-year-old filly by Racing Hill, owned and trained and bred by Dan Veneer. And she's having a good career for Dan Veneer. 9 starts, 3 wins, 5 seconds, mark of 57-2 at Northfield, 19,000. Incidentally, I hope you folks know, by now, this late in the season, you can go to harnessracingohio.com and get your free program, down your program. And that's every post time, an hour before post. So that's really, are you kidding me? Has the mark of 57-2. She dead heated in 57-2 with Big Bob Rob. What's his name? Well, I don't know. Too condensed for me. But that's our number 1. Number 2 is
Julie's Grace. James Day will drive. James also trains for Power Play Racing 87 LLC from Medina, Ohio. This is a pet rock filly out of an Art Major mare, Juliana Grace. 5 starts on the year, a couple of thirds. Finished third at Lisbon and at Carrollton. Was back quite a ways, so has been back by 30-some lengths. Pacing in 2:11-3 approximately. It looks like we're going to have the post parade, so we'll stop here.
This is the first from Morrow County, Mount Gilead, Ohio.
Okay, I guess we're still waiting on one horse.
A little
We
tardy,
only
a
have
little
5
late
out.
today.
Yeah, I thought we had them all out, but at the ambulance coming in, the starting gate's ready. Everybody's ready.
go.
Roger's really ready, but we're waiting for. Let's see, who are we waiting for?
I see 1, 2, 3. What are we looking for?
We got maybe we're waiting for the 5.
6.
Come this way,
Nope.
Bo. Come this way.
So we are waiting for one horse to get up so we can talk about Kylie Cash. She is the 3-horse. Nick Clegg drives for Betty. A Saphir the Dragon filly out of an Always a Virgin mare, Glorious Virgin. 17 starts this year, 7 wins. Fastest of those wins was 2-3 at Croton, 1 at Napoleon in 2-5-1, also at Croton, as we said, in 2-3. and at Jefferson in 2, 8, and 4. So 3 in a row there, but 7 wins on the year already. So a nice filly here, Kylie Cash. And here comes the last horse we need. So I think we're going to have a post parade now.
These are the horses' first race. 2-year-old filly pays first division, the Georgia High Memorial. Number 1, Really You Kidding Me, Dan Vinier. The 2, Julie's Grace with James Day. The 3, Kylie Cash, Nick Clegg. The 4, Mayor of Delaware, Austin Hanners. The 5, Down by the East Side, Bo Brown. And number 6, Midnight Western, Drew Neal in the sulky. We'll take one score and go to the gate.
Yeah, number 4, Mayor of Delaware, Ron Steck, Drainee, Austin Hanner in the sulky, owned by Fred Reed of Delaware. For all you need, see Freddie Reed. And she's a filly by Well Said, 2-year-old filly by out of Wednesday's Whim by Christian Cullard. His 7 starts, only has a third. She has been timed the best in 2, 3, and 4, and that was at Bell Fountain. That was way back on the 8th of, a month ago. Isn't that long ago? Way back. But, 2, 3, and 4. Number 5 is...
Down by the East Side, Bo Brown drives for Tisha Shimes. The owners are Bradley Doyle and Charles Symes, all from Canada. This is a Down by the Seaside filly out of a Western Terror mare. New album. Has had 4 starts this year, 2 thirds. Those thirds were at Urbana and then at Northfield in the Buckeye Stallion Series. Also had a qualifying win in Canada in 159 and 1.
And that's up in Charlottetown, eh? Up there in PEI. And number 6 is Midnight Weston. David Warnstaff owned and trained and bred. Drew Neal in the sulky. Nice filly by Weston Hanover, Weston Vintage, out of Midnight in Autumn by Phil and Frisky. 6 starts, 2 wins, 2 seconds, 1 third. Very consistent. A mark of 202 and 2 at Marysville. And she has a best time of 59 and 4. Susan, going over the program, I'm just looking at the best times. Down by the Seaside, up there at Charlottetown. That's a good mile up there in the island. 59 and 1. And Kylie Cash, she did race at Scioto back on the 3rd of August. She went 53 and 2 with the last quarter 27 and 2. She has a lot of speed. And then Really, Are You Kidding Me? It says that mark of 57 and 2. These are fast fillies. We can see a pretty good mile out here.
Yeah, I think we should. The Kylie Cash, as you mentioned, that 53 and 2 mile, that was in the Ohio State Fair Stakes that were held at Scioto. They went for $79,000 that night. So Kylie Cash is certainly the most experienced filly on her way to the winner's circle with 7 wins already this year. Not only 7 wins, but 7 wins, 2 seconds, and 6 thirds. So she's been raising 15 out of 17 first, seconds, or thirds for Kylie Cash.
And she has the most money on a card, just a tick under 39,000 or 37,000. And this is it, folks. They are lining up behind the gate, the Mike Webkenberg starting gate. And you'll see his starting gates at a lot of venues around Ohio and Indiana, and you'll even see him at the Little Brown Jug.
Got a chance to speak with the Ingrams, who are starting today, and they're just a little wore out already. They've just been traveling from one place to another. They go down to Van Wert tonight, just like Matt's going to head down there tonight. So a lot of traveling at this time of the year. So let's turn it over to Roger Houston for the call of this, the first of 2 divisions of the 2-year-old filly Pacers.
Starting gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're off and pacing, going right out to the lead. On the outside, Kylie Cash. On the inside, Really You kidding me? As they race around the turn. Down by the east side, third. Racing fourth, Midnight Western. Fifth, Julie's Grace. And trailing the field, Mare of Delaware. Down the backside, Dan Veneer wins the early battle with Really You Kidding Me. Racing second, now tucking in. That is Nick Cash with Kylie Cash as they race over the quarter. 28 seconds for that first panel. Racing third into the turn, down by the seat side. Racing fourth as they race around the turn. Midnight Western into the stretch first time. Racing fifth, Julie's Cash. And treading the field, coming to the outside, Mare of Delaware. Coming to the halfway point. Really, are you kidding me, Gay? Racing second, Kylie Cash. Racing third, down by the east side. Racing fourth, Midnight Western. Halfway home in 1 minute flat. One to the backside and the 5/8 mark. Up on the outside, it's Midnight Western and Drew Neal. Now third, now second, challenging the leader. Really, are you kidding me? Down the backside, Kylie Cash racing third. Fourth on the outside as they race over to the 3/4 mark. It's Mare of Delaware back on the inside, down by the east side. Trailing the field, Julie's Grace at the 3/4 mark. 3/4 in 1:30. Third panel in 30 seconds flat. Really, are you kidding me? Has the lead by a length up on the outside. With every stride second is Midnight Western with an eighth of a mile to go in Ohio. Kylie Cash is now second. Coming home. Really, are you kidding me? Has the lead and draws away. Home second, Kylie Cash. Racing third, Midnight Western. The mile, 2:01, 1/5.
1-3-6 unofficial. Really? Are you kidding me? Cut the mile. Put a sting out of took a little sting out of Kylie Cash. Nick Clegg. They left out of here. He wanted the lead.
Unofficial.
But Dan Veneer put the finish on it. Wouldn't let him go.
Really strung them out that first quarter in 28 seconds. Really strung that field out, so they had a lot of catching up to do. But they did. They came home in 31-1, so these fillies were getting a little bit tired coming home after that wicked first quarter.
Second, 2-year-old colt trot, 6 of you, get them ready. Race 2.
So that is now 10 starts on the year, 4 wins, and 5 seconds. Quite a year for Really, Are You Kidding Me?
Especially being a homebred. You know, this is Dan Veneer's very own up there in Pemberville, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if any of you folks know where Pemberville do, wherever that is, I don't. There's a couple of people here do.
Trained and driven by Daniel Veneer of Pemberville, Ohio. 2-year-old filly by Racing Hill out of Brillo, Camarilla. Home a winner in 2:01, 1/5. The Georgia High Memorial goes to Dan Veneer. And really, are you kidding me? 4th win in 10 this season.
Little kid running out to the winner's circle. Hey,
Results are official. Number 1, Really, Are You Kidding Me? The winner. The 2, Julie's Grace, 6. The 3, Kylie Cash, 2. The 4, Mare of Delaware, 5. The 5, down by the east side, 4. The 6, Midnight Western, 3. Top down, 1-6-2. 5-4, 3 on the bottom. 28, the half 1 minute. 3/4, 1:30. The mile, 2:01, 1/5. No changes in the second
And
race.
Really, Are You Kidding Me? Went off the chalk favorite, 3-5. With Kylie Cash, he paid $3.20.
Don't be shut out.
Quinella paid $6. Your trifecta paid $17.40. That's just the start of today's racing. Excitement, thrills, and chills. And we shall return.
Well, I just wanted to thank everybody for watching. We've got Daryl from Columbus. We got PEI Canada. Somebody's watching from the grandstand, Mike. So that's kind of funny. If
I know where
Florida,
it is.
and Michigan. Somebody mentioned, Angela said she's watching from inside the barn. It's a lot cooler in the barn.
Well, they're all over the place.
DeLand, Florida, Middleburg, Ohio, Wauseon, Batavia. Yep, all over the place. So we welcome everybody that is joining in with our broadcast today, and we'll be back right after these messages for the second race, the first division of the 2-year-old colt trot.
The Morrow County Agricultural Society is the oldest organization in its area. Formed in 1850, it was created after Morrow residents heard about successful fairs in the surrounding counties. They set out to host one of their own. So, after a few months of planning, the first Morrow County Fair was held in Mount Gilead, Ohio. The local Baptist church was used to display farm produce and women's handiwork, while cattle, sheep, and hogs were exhibited in rail fence pens at the town square. No admission was charged, but premiums were paid out of entry fees. The Morrow County Fair and harness racing grew hand in hand. The original racetrack proved too small, so in 1863, the present site of the fairgrounds was purchased for the sole purpose of building a new track. The races drew horsemen and fans from all over. It was reported that standardbred breeders even began to move to the county for the sulky-oriented community. Harness racing was the fair's main attraction for many decades. Today, the Morrow County Fair is a member of the Ohio Fair Racing Conference, and they host 2 days of live-action harness racing.
The roots of harness racing are born at the county fair. For over 150 years, people have gathered to watch horses battle it out for fame and glory. Catch the thrills this summer at an Ohio Fair Racing Conference County Fair. The OFRC races at 22 fairs in 20 Ohio counties. Trotters and pacers put it all on the line to be called the best in the Buckeye State. The Ohio Fair Racing Conference, where the path to greatness begins.
We are back at the Morrow County Fair, Mount Gilead, Ohio. Tom Pye, the harness guy, and Susan Schroeder, Matt Clark. We are manning the posts here. Just saw a good mile by 2-year-old filly Pacers, and that was won by, really, are you kidding me? And she just won that in 2:01 and it was a battle. First quarter in 28. We're going to have these tracks in great shape. As again, a little more humidity today. But years ago, one guy told me, he stood there and he looked around, he says he's seen more world records set on a warm, humid day. For some reason, horses love this weather. And I could never figure that out. And then, of course, you have other horses. They love the cold weather. It's the best to race them during the wintertime. They race their best.
Yeah, it does seem. I always thought, because I used to race, I'm from the Midwest, and I used to race at Springfield, Illinois in the middle of the summer, and it was just so nasty hot down there, and they did go so fast. And I always thought maybe it's kind of like a pitcher that warms up, they keep their arm really, really loose, and maybe the really, really hot weather keeps the horses looser, and they can just go a little faster. I don't know, but it always seems like that midsummer, everybody's going fast.
Heat, midsummer heat. You have the from old Chester. He said to me, he says, of course you want to keep a horses cool, and he says, he used to. One guy who was smart. He had his own ice machine, and he brought that with on the road. I says, to keep his beer cold. And Chester said, he says, you've got the wrong idea. He did like that. Chester was a good old-time groom. He rubbed a lot of good horses. One of the horses you probably heard about was Bonefish, and he rubbed him for 2 years. But, yeah, old Chester. But going back a few years, this is the second race here in Ohio, and this is at first division for the 2-year-old colt trot. We have a couple of good ones in here. Susan Boyle. Yes, Susan Boyle. What are we doing? Susan Schroeder. Would you care to start? Susan Boyle.
Well, let's see how close we are to the post parade. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 5 out, so we might have. Guess we're waiting for one more. So we can start talking about these horses. RBs Can't Be Touched. Emmanuel Miller up for Herman Hagerman. Ronald Lamar Burks from Cypress, Texas, is the owner of this Enterprise colt. He's out of a credit winner mare, Credivia. Oh, yeah, that's probably really wrong. 8 starts on the year, has had 2 seconds, was 2 starts back, finished second at Napoleon, trotted in 2-7-1. And that seems to be about where he likes to go, is 2-7-3, finishing 4th at Croton. And last week was 5th at Hicksville in 2-8.
Still milling around. We might as well go with Massive Hill as a 2-horse. Ryan Stull trains and drives, part owner, along with Watson Holmes at Tiffin, and Stuckey at Tiffin, and Bill Hartman of Carmel, Maine. And this is nice 2-year-old by What the Hill out of Striking Volo by Muscle Massive. 6 starts, 3 wins, and 1/3. Mark at Tiffin of 202-2. And also last week win at Napoleon in 2-6-4. Had one at Oak Harbor in 2-8-4. And has $14,937 on a card. Number 3 is the Post Parade.
These are the horses' second race. Ohio Fair Racing Conference 2-year-old colt trot, 65-20. Nichols Farms, Kurt and Sonia Nichols of London. Number 1, RVs Can't Be Touched, Emmanuel Miller. The 2, Massive Hill, Ryan Stahl. The 3, Pink Panther with Nick Clegg. The 4, Uncle Johnny's Secret, Pierce Henry. The 5, Best Thing I Never Had, Bo Brown. And the 6, Oh Mickey, Jeff Nysonger in the sulky. Horse to take 1 score and go to the gate.
So we left off on the 3-horse, which is Pink Panther. Nick Clegg and Betty Clegg team up to race this Marseille Geldings out of Call Me Pinkalicious, who is by Donato Hanover. 14 starts on the year, has won half of those, so 7 wins. The fastest win time is a qualifier at Scioto Downs in 1:59-1. Last week won at Wilmington in 2:10-2. This horse has just been racing really well this year. Like I said, 7 of 14, and also has had 2 seconds. So racing really game. Was a blooded horse sale purchase for $12,000. Has already earned $29,601.
She's got also amongst the leaders in wins for 2-year-old colt trotters he is. Number 4 is This What I Want to Know. I still haven't found out. Uncle Johnny's Secret. This is a 2-year-old gelding by Uncle Peter out of Muscle's Secret by Muscle's Yankee. Mike Sweeney trains. Patrick M. Sweeney is part owner, along with Lemmer Racing LLC. Pierce Henry is in the sulky. This 2-year-old has 9 starts this win, 3 wins, 1 second, 13,000. Has won at Bowling Green in 2-6 flat. And last week at Hicksville on the 21st, went up there in 2-6-2. So Uncle is very consistent, and Uncle Johnny's Secret still unknown. But number 5 is
Best Thing I Never Had. Bo Brown up for Tisha Shimes. Tisha is also the owner of this full count colt. It's out of a My MVP mare, Gal of the North. 5 starts on the year, 4 seconds, and has really been coming around the last 2 starts. Finished second at Lima in 2-3-3 and second at Troy in 2-4-2. Had been making some breaks right along in every start before that, but definitely staying flat now, and think maybe Best Thing I Never Had's got it all figured out.
Oh Mickey is the 6. Jeff Nysonger trains and drives for Johnny Stant, Benson Roth, and Nysonger Stables. This 2-year-old gelding by Long Tom out of a Master Levesque mare, Mickey Levesque. 9 starts this year, 3 wins, 3 seconds, 1/3. That's 7 times on the board. The only time that's right on the thing was in Greenfield. Made a very unusual break and still trotting 2, 2, and 1. But she shows first and seconds, and her best time for a win is 2, 5, and 1 at Lima. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. So that's a field for the first division of the 2-year-old colt trot. Mike Webkenberg's moving his starting gate into position. I've noticed one thing. Pink Panther is one of the leaders in the country on wins for 2-year-old trotting colts and geldings with 7 wins. A lot of horses in Ohio are on the top list. Our drivers in Ohio, who's the leading driver in the country in North America? Aaron Merriman. But I just, when I called you Susan Boyle, I'll tell you why I did. Because when I meant Chester, Chet Dentler, Chester, we used to call him, but there was a presiding judge at the Old Bay State Raceway. His name was Chester Boyle.
Oh, okay.
So I was thinking Chester Boyle, and I said Susan, and of course everyone knows Susan Boyle. So that's it. I'm not completely losing it. I'm just getting my wires crossed. Here they are moving behind the gate, and this is the second from Mount Gilead in Ohio. Beautiful day, right about 78 degrees. And here's the melodious tones of Roger Houston.
2-year-old colt trotters are in behind the Webkenberg starting gate on the upper turn. The gate swings down the stretch, and here they come. They're off and trotting. Best thing I never had. Goes for lead on the outside. Pink Panther on the inside. Gives the lead. Off stride. Best thing I ever had. Up second now is Uncle Johnny's Secret. Racing third. Massive Hill. Fourth is RB's Can't Be Touched. Racing next comes Oh Mickey in the trailer. Back trotting. Best thing I never had. Down the backside, straight alignment, going to the first quarter mark. On top, it's Pink Panther by a length and a half. Racing second, Uncle Johnny's Secret as they race by the opening quarter and into the turn. Massive Hill racing third. RB's Can't Be Touched is fourth. Opening quarter and 30 seconds for a lap. Racing fifth, Oh Mickey, and the trailer remains. Best thing I never had. Into the lane first time, coming to the halfway point. On top of the field, it's Pink Panther and Nick Clegg by a length and a half. Uncle Johnny's Secret is there second, racing third, Massive Hill as they race into the turn. RB's Can't Be Touched races fourth. First up on the outside, here comes Oh Mickey and Jeff Nicesonger, now fifth. Chipping to the outside as well, Best Thing I Never Had. Going by the half and 101 4/5. On top, Pink Panther by 3 parts of a length. On the outside, Massive Hill second. Uncle Johnny's Secret is there third. Outside, Oh Mickey fourth. RB's Can't Be Touched fifth, and trailing the field, Best Thing I Never Had at the 3/4 mark. 134 and 4. Midway around the final turn, on top of the field, Pink Panther by a length. On the outside, second is Massive Hill. 3 wide, top of the lane, Oh Mickey. Coming on late is RB's Can't Be Touched. Through the stretch, Pink Panther fighting to get home first. On the outside, Massive Hill. It's Pink Panther. Massive Hill. Oh Mickey. 204 1/5.
Doggies. Come last quarter in 29 and 2. Unofficial Susan Schroeder. I'll take a guess. 3, 2, 6. It was a nice tight photo.
That was a good race.
Very good race.
come home nice and fast. So they, they had that third quarter, or
Nice breather.
third quarter, yeah, was a nice breather for everybody.
Unofficial. 3, 2, 6.
Unofficial. Now that the third quarter is 33 seconds. And when you do that to a horse, it's like just taking a deep breath and saying, let's get ready for the last. And that's exactly what they did the last.
In the barn area, have your 2-year-old filly pacers ready. 6 of
Pink
eight
Panther this brings her
2-year-old
8
filly
wins
pacers
on the
ready.
year out of just 15 starts. So, again, this filly has been racing very, very well. Massive Hill. Also, it was a great effort. I mean, the first 3 were really a great effort. Here comes Betty Clegg walking down the track.
I'll tell you, Nick Clegg was driving her coming down that lane. And she's as safe as a hobbled pacer.
Looks like it, yes.
Yeah. And especially coming up the last 2 starts, she did make breaks. Mm-hmm. But coming down that lane,
Go to the stands and go into the winner's circle. The winner of the Nichols Farms, Kurt and Tanya Nichols, London, Ohio blanket. Number 3, Pink Panther. Owned and trained by Betty Jo Clegg of Northfield, Ohio. Nick Clegg in the sulky. 2-year-old Galimar Marseille out of Call Me Pink Delicious. Home winner in 2:04, 1/5. For Pink Panther, 2 in a row in Ohio. Betty Clegg, the winningest trainer in the state of Ohio at the county fairs. Last year's champion on top again this year, trainer Betty Clegg.
So we'll get the final results in just a minute. And as she said, Betty Clegg is the winningest trainer on the fair circuit this summer. So that's all the fairs on the Ohio Fair Racing Conference, which today is a Ohio Fair Racing Conference sponsored meet. Rosie Weaver is leading that conference. So all 4 colt circuits have their own, and then we have an overall.
Number 1, RBs Can't Be Touched. 4, the 2, Massive Hill. 2, the 3, Pink Panther, the winner. The 4, Uncle Johnny's Secret, finished 5th, was placed 6th for a locked-on break at the wire. The 5, Best Thing I Never Had, finished 6th, was placed 5. And the 6, Oh Mickey, 3. Top down, 4, 2, 1, placed 6, placed 5, 3 on the bottom. The quarter, 30 seconds. The half, 1:01.4. 3/4, 1:34.4. The mile, 2:04, 1/5. No changes in race 3. Play show, Vanilla Trifecta Wagering on the 3rd. Don't be shut out.
Okay, so that is the second race in the books. The third race coming up is the second of 2 divisions of the 2-year-old filly Pacers. We've got 6 in it, no changes that we know about. So we're going to take a short break and then come right back.
Mark your calendar for the new and exciting North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. Tuesday, December 17th at the Mount Hope Event Center in Mount Hope, Ohio. Broodmares, broodmare prospects, race horses, and stallion shares. Pedigrees announced by Ed Teefee and Gabe Pruitt. Online bidding, clean, heated facility. The North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. A live auction to see quality horses with industry-leading pedigrees. Tuesday, December 17th in Mount Hope, Ohio. Entries open September 5th.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Welcome back to Mount Gilead, Ohio. Somebody just mentioned that we should play the Pink Panther music, but we can't. The minute we play any kind of music like that, the Facebook bumps us right off the air, so we have to be very careful. I think we even got, a few years back, we even got bumped off for playing National Anthem one time. So Facebook is kind of fussy about copyrighted music, so we cannot play anything like that.
And Francis Scott Key, he wrote that back in 1812, so that's getting really picky.
That is. Remember, today is the Blooded Horse Sale, the mixed sale. There's going to be a bunch of yearlings in there. I did not get a chance to look at a catalog for that, so I'm not exactly sure what is all there, but it's always a great time. Blooded Horse Sale for years and years was held at the Delaware County Fairgrounds and now is at the Champion Center in Springfield, Ohio. It's a really nice facility, so if you're somewhere close, go down and buy yourself a horse or two.
And just be careful if you wave hello to somebody, because you might be making a bid.
You might be taking something home.
But yeah.
But sale time is always exciting time. I mean, it's just we're a little bit more probably than 2/3 of the way through the fair season. We've got all the finals left to come, and yet we're buying yearlings at this time.
What's this promise of next year?
Yeah.
Next year's new hope. Every year's a new hope. But yeah, one time I was at a sale sitting with a couple of famous people. I won't mention their names, but I was telling a joke, and I'm using my hands as describe the joke. And I didn't know he was a spotter. He was there, and every time I'd move my hand, he'd go, "Ip," and I finally stopped. I saw he was staring at me, and I just shook my head no. So they said, "Put the hammer down," and they said, "Congratulations to the people at bought her for a new record price for a yearling filly, $240,000. And I just went, they were taking bids on my joke.
Oh, no.
But we set the record. That's the most important thing. We set the record.
Whoa.
Oh, boy. So after that, and that was 40 years ago, I learned my lesson. I do learn. That's all I admit. But
that's crazy. So it looks like we got a few of the horses out on the track. As we said, this is the second of two divisions, 2-year-old filly pacers. We've got 8 divisions of the stake races today. And then we're going to have the free-for-all trot. The final race of the day will be the free-for-all trot. Track record here for the free-for-all trot, or for all-age trot, I should say, is a horse, Count Full Mac. Bud High drove and trained this horse all the way back in 2016. A mile in 1:58.1 right here at the Mount Gilead track. So that was a pretty fast mile.
Very good mile.
8 years ago.
And Susan, we were talking about the old horse yesterday, Adios Amigo, and how he bounced back after a year. And he raced fantastic yesterday. He finished 4th in that 59.4 mile. But that Count D. Mac, he did the same thing. He set the track record here, and he was off for 1 or 2 years. But he won over at Richwood in a track record time of 2 minutes flat after the full year had gone by. Just tough old racehorses. And you see, they love to be out in the track. They give it their every ounce, and you just can't help but admire an animal like that.
Yeah, and they just love to race. There's no doubt about that. They just love to race. They wouldn't be still doing it at 10, 11, 12, 13 years old if they didn't like it.
And going back, we'll talk about old races, and they do love to race. A friend of mine up in Canada, Dave Cochran, if you listen, hi Dave, but he told the story of Mountain Skipper, who raced up in New England, and he was the iron horse of New England. They time trialed in 156 and 2 at Lexington, made $324,000, and Art Nason had him, but they retired him to Art's farm. And Dave said he had his paddock in the infield of the farm track, and when the 2-year-olds would be training, coming down the lane, old Skipper would coming after him, keeping him stride for stride at a full pace down to the finish line.
Wow.
He'd be still racing, and he was in his 20s back then. We were ready. They're almost 1, 2.
Yep, we're almost ready. We've got 6 in there, and as we said, no changes. So make sure you go get your programs at harnessracingohio.com, and that's where you can also see the archived races. So if you want to go back from this summer or last year, that's where you can. Excuse me. That's where you can find them.
These are the horses, second division, 2-year-old filly pace for $6,528. Michael Sheehan of Mount Gilead, the sponsor. Number 1, Do It Again, Nellie, James Day. The 2, Ali Sweetcake with Rod Allums Jr. Number 3, Mad Walberry, the driver, Austin Hanners. Number 4, Big Time Yeah with Bo Brown. Number 5, Hold My Halo, Jeff Neisonger. And number 6, Midwind Seashell, Braden Rhodes in the sulky. Horse will take 1 score.
Okay, we'll take a look at the horses that are in this race. Do It Again, Nellie, and James Day from the rail. James is also the trainer, and Hannah Day from Medina, Ohio, the owner. This is a Do Me That Again filly out of Walton Hanover mare. Driving Miss Rudy has had hasn't even really had a real start. Had 1 qualifier, but that qualifier was pretty good up at Northfield. Finished 5th in the qualifier, but was individually timed in 2, 1, and 4.
Number 2 is Ali Sweetcake. Jamie Weller is the trainer. Rod Allums Jr., the driver. This is for J&R Racing at Rising Sun. Mark Kistler and Mrs. Sheila Marie Mobus of Northwood, Ohio. Filly by Bit of a Legend N out of Air Rush by Dragon again. 7 starts this year, 1 win, 1 third. Got a mark at Tiffin, 2 minutes and 3/5, 2 minutes and a fifth, and has been timed in 55 down at Scioto. She has raced in the Buckeyed Stallion Series. So as I said about people like to handicap or trying to find out the classes of horses, when you see a BSS, Buckeye Stallion Series, this is a little better grade than our Ohio Fair races. They'll move up as again. Talking with Frank Farrs the other day, we said when you get up to the Grand Circuit, you're an all-star by that time. Number 3.
Mad Walberry, Austin Hanners drives for trainer Ron Steck. Ron Steck and Jeffrey Brees are the owners and also the breeders of this Down by the Seaside filly. It's out of a Big Bad John mare, Give No Lip. Has had 1 start. That was at Croton, finished 5th, was timed in 2, 4, and 3, and then went a couple weeks later, went to Scioto in a qualifier, finished 4th in that, but was timed in 58 and 2 last quarter and 28 and 2.
That's a good step up. Number 4 is Big Time Ja. Bo Brown trains and drives so Winchester Bay Acres of Orlando, Florida. This is a 2-year-old filly by Miso Fast out of Art Major Mare Lonely Days. 5 starts this year, 2 seconds, 2 thirds. Has been timed in 56 and 1 in Scioto in a Buckeyed Stallion Series. She hasn't won yet, but she's ready to reprove. Number 5.
Hold My Halo, Jeff Neisonger trains and drives for Myron and Sharon Keister from Sydney, Ohio. It's a Fear the Dragon out of a Bettor's Delight mare, Barbuda Babe. Has had 13 starts in the year, 1 win. That was back at Sydney in 2, 2, and 4. But 2 second-place finishes lately. Second at Greenville, timed in 2, 2, and 1. And second at Lima in 2, 1, and 4.
Number 6 is Mind Wind Seashell as they're heading to the gate. Braden Rhodes drives for Betty Clegg, trainer, owner, and 16 starts, 2 wins, 1 second, 3 thirds, 12,000 on the card. Has a mark of Paynesville of 2, 4, and 1 way back when. That was our first fair. Does show 2, 3 last week at Wellington. So we're at the top of the lane. Here is Roger.
Yeah. they come. They're off and basic. Big time job goes for the lead on the inside. Do it again, Nelly. As they race into the turn, Hold My Halo, third, racing fourth, Mad Wallberry. Fifth is Midwind Seashell, and treading the field, Alley Sweet Cake. Off stride, Do it again, Nelly. Down the backside they go. The leader, Big Time Ya and Bo Brown, lead by 4. Racing second is Hold My Halo. Racing third, Mad Wallberry. Fourth is Midwind Seashell. Racing fifth. That's Alley Sweet Cake. Opening quarter in 32 seconds. The trailer, Do It Again, Nelly. Midway around the turn and go on to the 3/8 mark. On top of the field as they come into the stretch for the first time. Big Time Ya has the lead. Up on the outside with each and every stride comes the 2-horse. Alley Sweet Cake now 6 ahead in front, but coming back, Big Time Ya on the inside. Racing third, Hold My Halo. Fourth is Mad Wallberry. Racing fifth, Midwind Seashell, and trailing is Do It Again, Nelly. Halfway home in 104 and 2. On to the backside they go. Big Time Ya has the lead by a net. Still on the outside, that's Alley Sweet Cake going the long mile second. Racing third, Hold My Halo. Up on the outside, racing fourth. As they race into the turn, racing fifth on the inside. As they race over to the 3/4 mark in 1:35 and 1. Got a battle royal going on, and with an 1/8 of a mile to go in Ohio. On the inside, Big Time Ya's been there every step for Bo Brown. On the outside, Alley Sweet Cake coming on, racing to the wire. Alley Sweet Cake on the outside, sticks ahead in front and goes on. It's all Alley Sweet Cake. Big Time Ya, photo for show. The mile, 2:05, 3/5.
Went the last quarter of 30 and 2. Looks like Alley Sweet Cake and Rod Adams Jr., Jamie Weller, the trainer.
Second win of the year, won at her home track at Tiffin earlier in 2 minutes and 3/5. Then went to Scioto in a Buckeye Stallion Series and the Ohio State Fair Stakes. So went down there and raced in some tough races and was timed in 55 and 55 and 3. So then came back to some fairs, but now winning in 2, 5, and 3.
And as we'd mentioned, that Buckeye Stallion Series, those are little clues that show you they're a little bit better horse. They've been racing in tougher company, we'll say. But so she came here at the fair, and the bit of a Levigen N picks up a bit of a money. And she picked up $3,000, close to $3,750 there.
Big Time You finishing second, that's unofficial. But Big Time You cut the mile and just got beat there at the end. Alley Sweet Cake kind of had some momentum coming.
Well, they're coming down they went the half, that breather that they had the half in 4 and 2. They got out of the winner's circle.
2, 4, 5, unofficial. 2, 4, 5. Moving into the winner's circle, the winner of the Ohio Fair Racing Conference 2-year-old filly pace, the Michael Sheehan Mount Gilead Ohio event. Number 2, Alley Sweet Cake. Owned by JR Racing, Rising Sun, Ohio. Mark Kistler of Vickery, Ohio, and Mrs. Shella Marie Mobus of Northwood, Ohio. Jamie Weller, the winning trainer. Rod Adams Jr. in the sulky. The 2-year-old filly by Bit of a Legend Inn of the Ball Rush. Home a winner in 2:05, 3/5. And that's another winner from Midland Acres, the home of Bit of a Legend Inn.
Alley Sweet Cake was a $12,500 purchase.
Nelly, 6. The 2, Alley Sweet Cake, the winner. The 3, Mad Wallberry, 4. The 4, Big Time Ya. 2, the 5, Hold My Halo, 3, the 6, Midwind Seashell, 5, Top Down, 614, 2, 3, 5 on the bottom, the quarter 32, the half 104.2, 3/4 135.1, the mile 205 3/5. In the fourth race, coming up, 2-year-old colt trotters, 5 of you.
We've been getting these post parades pretty good today.
They have been very nice.
It's as we go along in the season, but it does it easier on the fans. You know, makes them we know where we're at. But this is a fourth. This is 2-year-old colt trotters, and we have 5 in it. Everyone gets a check, and we have no changes so far. And we shall return for the fourth from Mount Gilead, Ohio, the Morrow County Fair, on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. We can't play that song, by the way. We shall return after these words.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Money, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 13th.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
Okay, we are back at the Morrow County Fair. The fair did open today because when we came in, they did want to see our passes or paid or something to get in. So the fair has officially started yesterday. I don't think it was official yet. Bill Peters sent me the list of the top 10 drivers in wins in the OFRC. So that's the Ohio Fair Racing Conference through August 22nd. Mark St. Louis Jr. on top with 47 wins. Drew Neal with 38. Pierce Henry 25. Nick Clegg 17. And a two-way tie for fifth with Greg Bateson and Ryan Stahl. And the top trainers, the top 5 trainers in the state in wins, Rosie Weaver with 31, Steve No for 13. So those are your Ohio Fair Racing Conference leaders as of through August 21st. We do, as I said before, each circuit keeps their own record, so you can be a top trainer in or driver in a circuit. And then we also have the overall set, which includes all the fairs.
Which they'll be the fair's leading driver. And Mark St. Louis is up as a top right there.
Yeah.
Incidentally, the 3 fair circuits, Susan's, are the Ohio 4 fair circuits, the Ohio Fair Racing Circuit, Ohio Colt Racing Association, Southern Valley Colt Circuit, and the Home Talent Colt Stakes. So there's 4 of them. Each of them, the largest by membership, track membership, is the Ohio Fair Racing Conference. And then comes OCRA, which is Ohio Colt Racing Association. I believe they have 14.
I think they have more than that.
I know. But with that, and it's which each of the fairs too. If you belong to the OHHA, as a supporting member, and you get your monthly news magazine. You have all the news given to you, and you get all the fairs that you go to that are members will give you free entry into the fairgrounds on the race days.
On race days, yes.
Is there any site we can go to that'll give you the results from all the fairs, Susan?
ustrotting.com.
I mean, no, on a weekly, just the fairs.
Just the fairs?
Just the fairs for that week.
Well, that'd be the Tom Pie site, wouldn't it?
Who? What is the name of that again? Yeah, see, I put out a newsletter called the Ohio Scene in Ohio, and it gives you all the winners of the week, the news, the streaks, different, just little tidbits, a little humor, a little history. And if you'd like to receive an email copy of it, which includes a printable PDF version, and no charge, it's just to keep the fans aware of what's going on in fair racing in Ohio, just send me your email address to tompye, THOMPYE, at AOL.com. Just say yes, and I'll send you a copy every week.
Horses, 2-year-old colt trot. Number 1, Big Head Fred with Mark St. Louis Jr. The 2, Our Boss, the driver, Nick Clegg. Number 3, I'll See You with Joseph Cramp. The 4, Bob's Dream, Austin Hanners. And the 5, Lavelle with Ryan Stahl. Horses take 1 score and go to the gate.
Okay, let's take a closer look at the horses in this, the second of 2 divisions of the 2-year-old colt trot. Big Head Fred, Mark St. Louis Jr. drives for Larry Claybaugh. William Claybaugh and Larry Claybaugh are the owners. This is a nothing but class out of Soxy and You Know It, who is by Conway Hall. 7 starts on the year, 1 second, 2 thirds, was second last week at Wilmington in 2:11, third the week before at Napoleon in 2:7 and 3.
And number 2 is Our Boss, Nick and Betty Clegg. Team up again, Betty Joe Clegg, the owner. And this colt by Gelding, by Enterprise, one of those. I don't even know my name, my MAME by Master Levesque. 12 starts, 1 win, 3 seconds, 3 thirds, very consistent. Her card shows second, third. It does show trotting in 2:07 and 1 at Croton. It has a mark at Bucyrus of 2:7. Our Boss is number 2, and number 3 is I'll Be Seeing You. Joseph Cramp is in the sulky, and own and train along with Michael Mitch of Sagamore Hill and Lauren Krivos of Alston, Massachusetts, right outside of Boston by Brighton. That used to be a very hotbed of harness racing, Alston, Brighton, back years ago. This yelling by Uncle Peter out of Zobai by Donato Hanover. 5 starts, 3 seconds. Shows 2 minutes flat at in the Buckeyed Stallion Series at Scioto. Looking for a win. Number 4 is
Bob's Dream. Austin Hanners up for Devin Miller. Devin is also the owner of this, and away we go. Out of a Train for the Future mare, Emmeline's Future. 7 starts this year, 1 third. Has been making some breaks here and there. Had a nice qualifier at Scioto, 3 starts back in 2-2 and 1. And then raced at Troy, stayed flat, finished 4th, just back by 6 lengths in 2-5 and 1.
Number 5 is Lavelle, Ryan Stahl, owner-trainer, part owner-trainer. No, excuse me, he's not. He's trainer-driver. Nicole Stahl is part owner of this, along with Watson Harness of Tiffin and Stephanie R. Reese of Republic. This 2-year-old by Marseille is out of I Love Lindy by Credit Winter. 5 starts, 3 seconds, 1 third. Does show at Scioto a Buckeyed Stallion. That's the key, a Buckeyed Stallion series. 158 and 3 and was 3rd there. Trotted in Tiffin in 2-2 and 3. Very consistent trotter. Unfortunately, last week at Napoleon, made a break in the week before, but still finished in 2-9 and 4 at Attica. So that's the field. This is the second division of the 2-year-old colt trot. They are mulling on the backside.
But only one of the horses in this race has won a race, and that's Our Boss. So the other 4, if they get to the finish line first, will break their maidens.
And I'll even be bold and say whoever wins this race will take a new lifetime mark. The suspense is killing us.
That could be very well because our boss lifetime mark is 2.7 at Bucyrus, so it wouldn't be too far out of the realm to go a little bit faster here.
It's a good day for it. They are heading to the starting gate. Mike and Becky, as dependable.
Oh, actually, it's John and Tiffany today. The Ingrams are the starters, the official starters. It is the Mike Webkenberg gate, but they are the official starters. John is in the back, and Tiffany is driving. So Bob's Dream was bought just a year ago at the Blooded Horse sale for $4,000, and that Blooded Horse sale is going on today.
I can hear the auctioneer from here. Here they are. Here's Roger.
Behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch end. Here they come. They're off in front, going right up for the lead. I'll be seeing you on the inside. Big Head Fred. Off stride. Getting away third, our boss, racing fourth, Lavelle, and trading the field, following the early break, Bob's Dream. To the backside, Joe Cramp leads the way. I'll be seeing you by 4. Our boss is there second, Lavelle trots third. Big Head Fred back trotting fourth, trading the field, Bob's Dream, as they race over to the first quarter mark. I'll be seeing you has the lead. Closing the gap is our boss, opening quarter 33-4. Midway around the turn, go on to the 3/8 mark. Racing third, Lavelle. Fourth is Big Head Fred. Treading the field, Bob's Dream. All in straight alignment. Bob's Dream off stride again, back trotting. On top, I'll be seeing you with the lead. Up on the outside, Lavelle is now second, going for Ryan Stahl at the halfway point. Stahl takes the lead with Lavelle, halfway home, 106-4. On to the backside, I'll be seeing you second. Our boss third, and off stride, Big Head Fred, trailing the field, Bob's Dream. 3 in contention, down the backside, going to the 3/4 mark. On top, it's Lavelle by 2.5. I'll be seeing you second, racing third. Our boss as they race over to the 3/4 mark. Big Head Fred fourth, the trailer is Bob's Dream. 3/4, 136-3, 29-4, third panel. Midway around the final turn, here comes Joe Cramp with I'll Be Seeing You after the leader, Lavelle and Ryan Stahl. Lavelle with the lead, I'll Be Seeing You. Up the inside is our boss, I'll Be Seeing You makes a break. Coming home, it's all Lavelle. Our boss, I'll Be Seeing You.
Okay, hey.
Mile 208, 4/5.
Well, we were kind of being smart, Alex, before the race, saying that there would be a new lifetime mark for somebody, but there is, because she never had never won before, Lavelle in 2.8 and 4. But
Well, that was a give me, but I'll tell you, I thought they would have going to go about 2.5, 2.6, but that's racing. And when you're on top you're not going to expend the horse. You want to save your energy for the stretch drive. And of course, he put all the get-go in the 3rd quarter in 29-4. For a 2-year-old trotter, that is quite a good fast quarter. That is.
That's a nice one. So unofficially, we have Lavelle, the 5-horse, being the winner. Our boss was second, and I'll Be Seeing You was third. Speaking of fast times, we had some interesting news from J.D. Varnell saying By the Missile won a qualifier today in 151-3, won by 14 lengths. But the good news is Chris Page was in the bike, so it's good to see Chris back driving.
That is. Chris has his own horse here today.
Mm-hmm. For the 5th, 3-year-old filly pacers, 5 of you.
So we'll be getting down the full rundown in just a minute. Looks like our charter Pam Weller is coming over to be in the winner's circle. Or maybe she's just
now, where
going
were you at the? They have to chart every quarter pole, every horse, every quarter pole. That's a demanding job, very demanding.
Second division, Ohio Fair Racing Conference 2-year-old colt trot, the Atkinson Memorial with Kelly Howard, the sponsor. Number 5, Lavelle, Nicole Stahl, Watson Harness Racing, and Stephen Rice. Ryan Stahl trains and drives the 2-year-old gelding by Marseille out of I Love Lindy. Home winner today, 208, 4/5. Maiden win for Lavelle. Results are official. Number 1, Big Head Fred. 4, the 2, R Boss. 2, the 3, I'll Be Seeing You. 3, the 4, Bob's Dream. 5, the 5, Lavelle, the winner. Top down, 4, 2, 3, 5. 1 on the bottom. The quarter, 33 and 4. The half, 106, 4. 3 quarters, 136, 3. The mile, 208, 4/5. 3-year-old filly pace.
That was a
Number 2.
good mile, 2:08 and 4 last half, and 102 flat.
Jeff Nicehomer drives the 2.
Ryan Stahl, has over
Win plays show.
5,700 career wins. And that's another thing. Here at the fairs, you have different drivers, and you say, well, they're driving at the fairs, but these guys, they love to drive. This is their livelihood. This is just, I won't say it's like a little vacation for them. They enjoy coming to the fairs. And it's very competitive, and it's a nice time. That was a 4th, Susan Schroeder. And we are coming up to the 5th. Already, this is the first division of 3-year-old filly paces. Some pretty good fillies in here. We have 5 in it to win it. Going for a purse of $6,495. We shall return to the Morrow County Fair here in beautiful, sunny, merrily Mount Gilead after these messages.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 65 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the County Fair, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for over $20 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
Volstead, Coach K. Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K. Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms. When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Welcome back to the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association live stream here at Mount Gilead, Ohio. Fair opened up today. Lots of kids here with their 4-H projects, FFA projects. I last night when I left, because I parked up here at the top of the hill, so I took a left turn, and down there was some nice new buildings down there. Must be for the cattle, sheep, etc. But some really nice. You look here and you think that this is it, but there's a whole lot of more fair over here to the left of the grandstand.
And they had an auction, I think a Cadillac auction, maybe a sheep auction, right down there. You could hear them. But it's just a nice, compact little fair, and this is what, the 151st? It's the 151st. They've been here, and people come to the fairs. But I was looking to buy a goat. I was thinking of buying a goat. Right?
Why were you going to buy a goat?
Well, for the milk. No, not for the milk. Just would keep Roman company.
Oh, okay.
Right? It's, but we've had goats before, and a goat's good, but they're into everything.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll be into the feed. They'll knock over stuff. They're worse than having a cat around the barn. They'll get in there. They dig into everything. They'll chew up your harness, chew up the blankets, and they're always looking to be fed.
Yeah.
So that's I cool the idea of getting a goat. I got another cat there down the barn for him. There's plenty of little mice to keep him company too.
Goats do make good companions sometimes for horses. It used to be that a lot of Grand Circuit horses traveled around with their own goat, and they had put them in the van with the horses and go around.
Goat? What old goat? I beg your pardon? But you're right, Susan. They had, and they'd always have, forget a couple of races horses that had the goat. That needed famous. Well, I can't remember who they were, but you always had a goat. Johnny Simpson had a parrot that he kept at the barn, and his name was Rocky. And he could talk and all that. And of course, everyone going by him would always say, "Hello, Rock." So all the day long, he'd go, "Hello, Rock. Hello, Rock." He'd sit there by himself going, whoop, here they are for the 5th race from Mount Gilead, Ohio.
These are the horses for the 5th race, a 3-year-old filly pace. Number 1, Camellia Spatial, Pierce Henry. Number 2, Live Lively with Jeff Neitzonger. Number 3, Bella Rain, the driver, Austin Hanners. Number 4, I'm a Flirt, Curtis Harper. And number 5, I Fly Solo, Alex Hall in the sulky. This is the...
So we were talking about yesterday, there are barns on either side of the grandstand, so you've got drivers that are coming out of either. They have to go quite a ways in front of the grandstand to go get, go hook up on the horse if they've got one that they're driving down there, so that it takes a little while to go back and forth.
And you don't have your stalls really assigned here, so it's really come early. Whoever gets the stalls come early. So some people show up here at 7 o'clock in the morning just so they can get a stall. And of course, if you're a greenie on the fair circuit, I didn't know that. Next thing I was up on a hill, back of the barn. I didn't know where I was, but.
But it is sort of nice. You got horses in there racing out of their trailers back here under those big trees, and it probably is. It's really cool up there, so that's not a bad place to race out of.
No, it's not.
But let's look at these 3-year-old filly pacers. Camellia Special. Pierce Henry will drive for trainer Joe Paver. Dennis Paver and Joseph Paver are the owners. We're also the breeders of this horse. It's a Racing Hill filly out of a Mr. Wiggles mare, Oso Wiggles Special. 7 starts on the year, 2 seconds and a third. Had seconds back-to-back at Northfield and Bowling Green, and paced in 56 and 3 there at Northfield Park.
Number 2 is Live Lively. This is a Donald High filly by Pet Rock out of the Lady Vanishes by Artificial, owned by Donald E. High of Cardington, just north of us, or is it south of us? Right next door. Got 3 wins, 1 second in this year. Has been timed in 2-4. That was last on the 21st at Marysville. Jeff Neitzonger is in the sulky. Number 3.
Bella Rain, Austin Hanners drives for trainer Ron Steck. Ron is also the owner and co-breeder of this Dancing Yankee filly out of a Stonebridge Regal mare right on Molly. 13 starts on the year, 4 wins, and 2 of those were back-to-back at Croton in 2 minutes and 2/5, and then at Bowling Green in 2-2, but has won at Scioto Downs this year in 1:52 and 1.
And currently, everybody's favorite at 1-9. Number 4 is I'm a Flirt, Mike Sweeney trainee for Curtis Harper of Gilead. This is a 3-year-old filly by I'm Gorgeous out of Campus Flirt by Weston Hanover. 11 starts this year, no wins, no seconds, 2/3. Has been timed in 2, 2, and 4 at Marysville. That was back on the 21st last week. Finished third at Hicksville on kind of an off track in 2-6. And she's ready to Curtis Harper is in the sulky too, so she's ready to break loose. Number 5.
I Fly Solo, Alex Hawk up for trainer D. Houghton. Deidre Houghton from Worcester and Mark Walker from Aberdeen, North Carolina are the owners of this Do Me That Again filly out of an All-American native mare. Has one win on the year. That was at Mansfield in 2:03. The horses are headed to the gate, coming around the turn. The Ingrams in the Mike Webkenberg starting gate. Let's turn it over to Roger Houston for the call of the 5th race.
The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're off and pacing. That's Bella Rain going right out for the lead. On the outside, I Fly Solo. Inside, Camellia Spatial. As they race over to the first eight, racing 4th, I'm a Flirt, and trading the field, Live Lively. Down the backside they go. They're still going at it. Up on the outside, Bella Rain now takes the lead from Camellia Spatial. Going to the first quarter mark, racing 3rd, I Fly Solo. 4th, I'm a Flirt. Trading the field, Lively. Opening panel 29-1. Round the turn, going to the 3/8 mark. Bella Rain and Austin Hanner show the way. Camellia Spatial is there second for Pierce Henry as they race into the lane first time, coming to the halfway point. Racing 3rd, I Fly Solo. 4th, I'm a Flirt. Trading the field, Live Lively. They're halfway home. 59 2/5 to the half. On to the backside in the 5/8 mark. The leader remains Bella Rain by a length and a half. Racing second, Camellia Spatial. 3rd is I Fly Solo. No movement to go after the leader. Racing 4th, I'm a Flirt. The trailer remains Live Lively. Down the backside they go. Bella Rain with the lead. No movement as yet from Camellia Spatial second. Starting to gap out. I Fly Solo 3rd at the 3/4 mark in 1:29-3. Midway around the final turn, Bella Rain has the lead. Here comes Pierce Henry and Camellia Spatial on the move on the outside second. Racing 3rd, I Fly Solo through the stretch. Bella Rain on the inside. Up on the outside, Camellia Spatial coming home. Bella Rain with the lead, and here they are. Camellia Spatial second. I Fly Solo 3rd. The mile, 2 minutes, 4/5.
Well, that mile in 2 minutes and 4/5, Alpha half in 59-2, so they did slow up a little bit coming home. But pretty fast first half, very fast first 3 quarters, 1:29-3.
Or even rated, they're all 30-1, and it's a good mile cut out by Bella Rain. And Ron Steck, owner and trainer.
And co-breeder.
This is one of the babies.
Official 3-1-5.
This is her 5th win of the year. That's a nice mark on her for 52-1 at Scioto. That's a good filly.
And lots of different people have been driving her. King Kaufman, Eric Keynes, Austin Hanners, Emmanuel Miller. So it looks like lots of different drivers at some of the fairs. And that's the one thing about going to the fairs. You don't know for sure which drivers are going to be there. And we have so many fairs sometimes in a day, and drivers are committed to one and not the other.
By James Day drives the 2, Mr. Legend in the 6th. Also the 5, Dragon Story, Braden Rose.
Looks like we got a good crowd down the winner's circle, or they just, yeah.
Into the winner's circle, the winner of the 3-year-old filly pace, Ohio Fair Racing Conference, blanket by Edge Technology Consulting of Westerville, Ohio. The 3, Bella Rain, owned and trained by Ron Steck of Marengo, Ohio. Austin Henners in the sulky. The 3-year-old filly by Dancing Yankee out of Ride On Molly. Home a winner in 2 minutes, 4/5. Ron Steck, Austin Henners, Bella Rain in the 5th. Results are official. Number 1, Camellia Spatial, 2. The 2, Live Lively, 5. The 3, Bella Rain, the winner. The 4, I'm a Flirt, 4. The 5, I Fly Solo, 3. Top down, 2, 5, 1, 4, 3 on the bottom. The quarter, 29 and 1. The half, 59 2. 3/4, 129 3. The mile, 2 minutes, 4/5. In the 6th race,
A good mile, Susan Schroeder.
Pace.
Another good mile here at Mount Gilead.
Now, if you notice, the horse went to the right of the grandstand. The driver and the bike and the trainer went to the left. So I think Stecks are probably stabled over here on the left, but the horse had to go to the spit box, or what used to be called the spit box, and get its testing done, and then he'll probably have to walk back across again and go back to his stable.
So that's part of the charm of the fairs. You know, you say, well, where do I go now?
Yeah.
That away. But this is the first division for 3-year-old pacing colts and geldings. We got some kind of nice animals in here, Susan. It's number 1 is this is our liquor theme. Do you want a shot of Crown? This is a 3-year-old gelding by Well Said out of a Keystone Raider mare. I'm a Forget Me. 9 starts, 2 wins, 2 seconds, and mark a Bell Fountain of 59 and 1, and shows 59 and 1 Bell Fountain, 59 and 2 at Oak Harbor. So this is trained by Mike Sweeney, driven by Curtis Harper, owned by Patrick M. Sweeney, Sean T. Sweeney, and Lamar Racing. So this is a nice colt gelding that might be able to handle 2 minutes here. That's a possibility. Number 2.
Number 2 is going to wait because we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to come back and talk about the 6th.
Forgive me. I forget all these things.
You were so excited about Do You Want a Shot of Crown?
That's it. My mouth is watering right now.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding farm. Cool Winds stands the popular Dancing Yankee, a 2-time world champion, along with 2019 Jug winner Southwind Ozzy, the son of Some Beach Somewhere. Cool Winds also stands the royally bred $2 million earning Western Fame. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 13th.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
I may have misspoke before when I said that the fair wasn't officially open yesterday, because it was. It was just a free day.
Oh.
So everybody got to come in free. They had FFA shop projects, FFA crop and vegetable judging. Today, all livestock are moving in today, and they're going to have the weigh-ins. I'm just going to see what else is going on. They have the Tuesday, which is seniors and veterans are free all day today. Harness racing, of course, is the big event in front of the grandstand at 11. They're going to have the Mount Gilead marching band. Tonight they're having motocross in front of the grandstand, and then a concert after that. On Wednesday, they're having a rodeo in front of the grandstand, Bulls and Barrels show. So that should be exciting. They're going to have to take out those big humps of dirt that they have in the infield to do the bulls, I would think.
And that's one of the things when we were at the fairs, we'll be doing the harness racing, of course. But in the middle of the infield, as you can see, they have the mounds for the motocross.
Motocross, yep.
But as soon as that is done, they have the track men and the guys, the fairs, work the fairs, they're in there clearing that away, plowing away to get it ready for the next. They might have a tractor pull. They might have put a bunch of water down there for the tractors, but it's always something going on. And if we have any delay in the harness racing, a couple of times we had it up north, and they were like almost pushing us out the door, but you can't blame them, you know.
Right, they have to meet their schedule. They have something's happening at 7. They have to be all ready for it at 7.
Or as they say up in Canada, the schedule. Schedule.
They're having outhouse races on Thursday, human tractor pulls on Friday, antique tractors, donut eating contest. That sounds like fun. Truck and tractor pulls on Saturday night. So lots of stuff going on. This fair goes through next Monday, so it does go through Labor Day when they are having the demolition derby. So always an exciting event.
Yeah, it's a finale.
At the fairs.
Do they have any antique human tractor pulls?
I didn't see that one.
Get the all us old duffers. We can get out there. But yeah, we're coming up here. This is the 6th race. We only have 5 more. Is this 5 more? We're at the halfway mark.
Anybody know anything about Corey Kreiser? Waiting on you. Waiting on the
So we're waiting on the 3 horse. We've got 7 in this race. Tom already told you about Do You Want a Shot at Crown? So Mr. Legend is going to leave from the 2-hole. James Day is going to drive for owner-trainer Betty Clegg. This is a bit of a legend gelding out of an Astros mare, The Mistress. 24 starts on the year, 1 win. That was at Marion in 2, 5, and 3. It's also got a second and 5 thirds, 36 lifetime starts, $34,000 earned.
Number 3 is Risky Rocker. Corey Kraser trains and drives, part owner, along with Melissa Lawyer of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. There is an Ottawa, Ohio, too, which is just over that way. So there's Toledo's and there's Ottawas. They're all over the place. But this is a nice 3-year-old gelding by Big Risk out of a Rock and Roll Hanover mare, Non-Stop Rock.
If you purchase mutual tickets, those are refundable.
So Risky Rocker is a scratch, a late scratch in today's race. So Risky Rocker, the 3, is a scratch. Let's go to the post parade.
Horses are on the track and ready to the post. The 6th race, Ohio Fair Racing Conference, 3-year-old Colton gelding pays $6,470. Nichols Racing, Kirk and Tanya Nichols of London, Ohio. And these are the horses. Number 1, they want to show photo of Crown. The driver, Curtis Harper. The 2, Mr. Legend with James Day. The 3 is Scratch. The 4, Rose Run Cipher, Rod Allens Jr. The 5, Dragon Story with Braden Rhodes. The 6, Gator Pled the 5th, Jeff Nysonger. And number 7, My Handsome Man, Drew Neal in the sulky. James Day on the 2, Scratch the 3, Braden Rhodes on the 5. Show with
So the 4 horses, Rose Run, Zephyr, Rod Elms Jr. drives for trainer Jamie Wellers. Stephen Reese and J&R Racing from Rising Sun, Ohio are the owners. This is a pet rock out of a Sun Beach somewhere mare. Wish you were here. 12 starts on the year, has not won a race yet, but does have a second. Last start out at Hicksville. That was in a 2- and 3-year-old conditioned race. Finished second, just back by 2 lengths in 2, 5, and 4. Was raced at Northfield, where he paced in 58 and 3. Tiffin, the home track, 59 and 2. And then at Oak Harbor in 59 and 4. So been in some really tough races.
Very tough.
But looks made some breaks 2 starts back, but much improved over at Hicksville.
Yes, number 5 is Dragon Story. This is a Betty Clegg trained and owned by Fear the Dragon out of Stormy Noble by Well Said. 8 starts this year, no wins, no seconds, 1/3. Best time on the card shows 2, 4, and 3 last week finished 4th in Wellington. Braden Rhodes is in the sulky. Number 6 is
Gator pled the 5th. Jeff Neisanger drives. Jeff Neisanger trains for George Burkhold from Sarasota, Florida, who is also the breeder of this well-said colt. He's out of a tell-all mare, Gator Won't Tell. 11 starts on the year, has had 2/3. One of those was at Eaton, where he paced in 2, 1, and 3. Was at Wilmington about 6 starts back, pacing 58 seconds flat over there, coming last quarter in 28 and 1.
Number 7 is My Handsome Man. This is owned by and trained and bred by John Fitzgerald. Drew Neal is in the sulky. It's 3-year-old by Racing Hill out of Bubbles by Jenna's Beach Boy. Has 12 starts this year, 1 win, 3 seconds, 1/3. Mark at Napoleon, a 2, 1, and 4. Well, that's a good mile. He sat second and just tipped out and win it by a length. And that's the best time. Well, 2 minutes and 3/5 at Croton. That's another good one. Was second. And second at Marysville, 2 minutes and 3/5. This is John Fitzgerald's homebreds. He's had a couple that are pretty good ones. This looks like another nice one. So Drew Neal is in the sulky. 7-7 scores from the second tier. They go 6 wide here.
We go 5.
5 wide.
Yeah, it doesn't say that on here, but yesterday I know we only went 5 wide. This My Handsome Man, he's already earned $10,558 from 12 starts, 1 win, 3 seconds, 1/3. He must be getting checks the rest of the time, too, to make that much money in just 11 starts, or 12 starts, excuse me.
It's being a homebred, and that's like almost $1,000 a start. Mm-hmm. That is just a godsend. You have a horse that does that for you. It's like getting a check for $1,000 every week.
You can pay all the bills.
Most of them.
Most of the bills.
Buy a lot of carrots and apples. And folks I knew, they had one old horse at a $3,000 claimer. But they would go out and they would buy. They would go out and buy the very best of everything. I mean, he wanted apples. Usually you can get them bruised Winspols, and they love them. But they would go buy Red Delicious apples at $4.99 a pound.
Wow.
And they says, they don't care, we love them. But I had one at the time. I used to get them Granny Smith apples. And they says he doesn't like the he doesn't like the other apple. He wants Granny Smith's. So he's I get a sour little apple for a sour little horse, but I kept him happy. But they're moving behind the gate. They're heading up. Slow they turn.
They are. There must be a long line at the windows today. They are dragging this one out quite a bit. The starting gate hasn't moved yet. As I said, it's the Ingrams in the starting gate today, and they're going from here to there to here. They told me where they're going, and I couldn't even remember because it was just so many spots. They're traveling all over the state. Mike Webkenberg has taken over a lot of the starting all over. He's also over in Indiana doing that. So he's got multiple rigs and just keeps on starting.
Horses approaching the starting gate.
So the horses are behind the gate. We've got 1 scratch in here. The 3 Risky Rocker is a scratch. The 2 Mr. Legend will be driven by James Day, and the 5 Dragon Story put Braden Rhodes up. Let's join Roger Houston for the call of the first division of the 3-year-old colt pace.
3-year-old colt and gelding pacers in behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're off and pacing. Do you want a shot of crown? Goes right out for the early lead. Mr. Legend gets away second. My Handsome Man from the second tier gets away third. Upon the outside, Dragon Story fourth. Gator Pled the fifth on the inside. And trailing the field, Rose Run Zephyr. Down the backside they go to the first quarter. Do you want a shot of crown? Has the lead. Mr. Legend right there second. Racing third. My Handsome Man fourth is Gator Pled the fifth. As they race into the turn, racing next. As they race over to the first quarter, 32 4/5. Trailing the field, Rose Run Cipher. On top of the field and showing the way. Do you want a shot of crown? By a length and a half. Racing second is Mr. Legend. Racing third. Inside is My Handsome Man. Outside flow develops as they come by the stands first time, coming to the halfway point. Moving up on the outside, Dragon Story and Braden Rhodes, now third. Racing fifth, that's the pylons, is Gator Pled the fifth. Treading the field, Rose Run Cipher at the half in 1:07. Into the turn, going to the 5/8 mark. It's Do You Want a Shot of Crown with the lead. On the outside, Dragon Story is there second. Mr. Legend third at the pylons. Racing fourth, My Handsome Man. Down the backside they go. Racing fifth, Gator Pled the fifth. Trailing is Rose Run Cipher. Going to the 3/4 mark. Opening up, Do You Want a Shot of Crown? 3/4, 136 4, 29 4, third panel. The pedals to the metal. Curtis Harper, Do You Want a Shot of Crown, is opened up now by 5 lengths. Mr. Legend is second. Here comes Gator Pled the fifth on the outside. Coming to the wire. Do You Want a Shot of Crown with the lead. Mr. Legend second. On the outside, Gator Pled the fifth. 2:06 1/5.
That is called rating a mile. And just, well, you got, if you can get away with going down there, having 107, you know, as again, you got to conserve your energy. And he did come the second quarter, the third quarter in 29 4, his last quarter in 29 2, last half in 59 1.
Yeah, as you said, a well-rated mile. Just go down the half in 7 and sprint on home.
That's it. Catch me if you can.
Unofficially, Do You Want a Shot of Crown your winner? And Mr. Legend, the 2-horse, was second. I didn't catch them after that because they were in a bunch.
They were very tight. Am I going to say guess 7 on 1, 2, 7?
Your attention, please. We have an objection. Number 4 against number 1.
Oh.
Objection 4 against 1. Hold on to all mutual tickets.
That's right, Roger. Okay. Hold all mutual tickets. Objection against the 1 by Rose Run Zephyr.
So they will end up going to the starting gate and calling the presiding judge.
Unofficial.
It's a 6.
So I see.
It's going to be an interesting. The 2 was 17 1, so this will be an interesting try if they take the ones. Now this is a possibility. You have to hold your tickets. You can't crumple them up and throw them down the ground.
Against number 1, so no winner circle at this time. No winner circle at this time. Objection against Mr. Harper. As soon as we get the starting gate, they want you to the starting gate.
So they are going to call the presiding judge. Our presiding judge today is Ryan Ratliff. I think we also have a associate judge up there, David Statz, who is presiding judge at a lot of places. So they got a couple very experienced judges up there. They will be talking to the two drivers and see what they have to say. Speed superintendent today and yesterday is Rob Howard. And then our presiding judge, Ryan Ratliff, Pam Weller, our clerk in charter, Lynn Scott Photo doing the photo finish, Mary Randall doing the track photography. She takes those winner's circle pictures. Of course, the Webkenberg starting gate, and Roger Houston is our announcer. Also on the speed committee are Bo Christian and Chris Lloyd. Speed committee, it's always a huge job. The speed committee works so hard. They work all year long. But they really put in a lot of work a couple weeks before the fair. They're here all the time. And
you can tell by their fast smile just to start, boom, that first mile we had a quarter and 28 in a piece.
Yeah.
This is, they do have horses stabled here, which is a bonus because they work the track every day. The track has to be worked because they get ruddy and stones will work up through the surface. And they got to keep them stone free. But still, this is the longest wait.
This is always tough. I think he's. Looks like Curtis Harper thinks that he is going to win the race. We got to wait just a moment. We haven't heard anything officially yet, so we're going to wait until we hear that official word as to what's going on. But we are going to have a winner's circle picture of Do You Want a Shot of Crown?
Might as well take the picture anyway and say, I'll order one. They can always take the other.
Objection is disallowed.
Okay, you're official.
Your unofficial winner, number 1. Do you want a shot of Crown? On Patrick Sweeney, Sean Sweeney, and Lemmer Racing. Mike Sweeney, the trainer. Curtis Harper, the driver. 3-year-old Gelly, but well said. Out of I'm a Forget-Me-Not. Home a winner, 206-1. Gets the blanket courtesy of Nichols Racing. Kurt and Something Nichols of London, Ohio. Do you want a shot of Crown? Mike Sweeney, Curtis Harper in the 6th.
We'll get the official rundown from Roger in just a minute. May have had to get a picture from the photo finish guy to figure out those third, fourth,
Results
and
are
fifth.
official.
Absolutely.
Number 1, Do You Want a Shot of Crown? The winner. The 2, Mr. Legend, 2. 3 was scratched. The 4, Rose Run Cipher, 6. The 5, Dragon Story, 5. The 6, Gator Pled the 5th, 3. The 7, My Handsome Man, 4. Top down, 1, 2, scratch, 6, 5, 3, 4 on the bottom. The quarter, 32-4. The half, 107. 3/4, 136.4. The mile, 206, 1/5. In the 7th race, number 1, SP Dancing with the Stars, Braden Rhodes drives, and number 2, Bug Juice, Bo Brown.
That is our 6th race. We're at the 7th. We have 3 left here at Morrow County in Mount Gilead, Ohio. We've got 4 horses in there. This is a happy race. Everyone comes home with a check. And 2nd division for 3-year-old filly paces going for a purse of $6,395. We shall return to go over the horses after these few messages.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Money, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 13th.
you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
Mark your calendar for the new and exciting North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. Tuesday, December 17th at the Mount Hope Event Center in Mount Hope, Ohio. Broodmares, broodmare prospects, racehorses, and stallion shares. Pedigrees announced by Ed Teefee and Gabe Pruitt. Online bidding, clean, heated facility. The North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. A live auction to see quality horses with industry-leading pedigrees. Tuesday, December 17th in Mount Hope, Ohio. Entries open September 5th.
Welcome back to Mount Gilead. I was looking at the comments, and Rocky Miller said, "Nice job, Kurt. Second win. I will have a shot of crown for you tonight."
Here we go. Good promise. Hold him to that, too. Say there's nothing better than a win. It's always you go on a dry spell. A lot of people go on a dry spell. In fact, I asked one driver, he said it was how he won. I said, the best day you ever have? He won 8 races and in that night, and then the next morning in the ferry win 8 for that night and then for the next. So that was
Wow.
8 races. Basically, I says, your longest dry spell. And without missing a beat, he says 42 races.
Oh, wow.
Because it's 6 in your head.
Yeah.
I know. You get up there, you say, well, am I ever going to win another race? But speaking of winning races, number 1, SP Dancing with the Stars, has 33 starts this year, 9 wins. Now, 3-year-old filly Pace, that puts her up. She's in the top 15 nationwide, because the winningest 3-year-old in North America right now is a mare by the name of Understand with 13 wins. I should say he's a gelding. Has 13 wins and 29 starts. But SP Dance with Starts, 33 starts, 9 wins and 33 starts. So they have others that have 12 wins, but that's a top 15 9. So if she wins today, she'll move up the ladder. Now, do you ask who is the winningest 2-year-old, or winning in horses in 1 year? 2-year-old or 1 year was a horse by the name of Annual Hope, and had 38 starts and won 30 races.
Wow.
That's one thing. Now,
When was that?
Huh?
When was that?
That was back 1978.
Wow.
And trotter Bedford Spirit, Roger Hammer, won 27 of 28 starts. And he raced mostly at the Pennsylvania Fair Circuit. The Bedford Spirit, that was 1977. But so these horses, we got a couple here that'll be up, but those are the horses that have won the most a year. I'm trying to look at horse you normally would know, or nationally famed, was French Chef in 1980. French Chef won 21 out of 23 starts.
Oh.
And he took a mark of 154, made $278,000. That's the tops of the horses win that. So, but here in Ohio, we got a lot of horses in the top 20 this year. And let's go with Dancing with the Stars, SP Dancing with the Stars. Susan?
What's interesting about this horse, too, it just had 1 start last year, made $283 as a 2-year-old, and then they just must have decided, was not mature enough or whatever, and stopped racing right away and come back with a vengeance this year. So SP Dancing with Stars, Braden Rhodes will drive for Betty Clegg. This is a Dancing Yankee filly out of a 4-star Shark mare, Angelic Star. As Tom was saying, she's 22 of 33 first, seconds, or thirds this year, has earned $50,000, 714, and a mark of 58 and 4 at Northfield Park. Won her last start at Wellington in 59 and 2, and I think we're having the post parade, so we'll take a break for that.
Ladies These are the horses for the 7th race, 3-year-old filly pace, 2nd Division, Ohio Fair Racing Conference. Number 1, SP Dancing with the Stars, Braden Rhodes. Number 2, Bug Juice with Bo Brown. The 3, Meadowland Bella, Mark St. Louis Jr. And number 4, the biggest affair, Drew Neal in the sulky.
And as looking at our post break, of course, we only got 4 in it. Bug Juice is owned by Chris Page of Delaware and Bo Brown of Ostrander. Timmy Grubb is a trainer, and Bo Brown is in the sulky. This filly, a bit of a legend, and out of Southern Accent by Well Said. Good year this year, 16 starts, 3 wins, 4 seconds, 1 third. Last year, she took a mark of 54-1. This year she has a mark of, and that was at Scioto. This year she got a mark of 57-1 down at Spring Garden Ranch. She's that was an Ohio Select yearling purchase of $17,000. And Bo Brown gets the call over part owner Chris Page. Number 3 is
Meadowland Bella. Mark St. Louis Jr. will drive for trainer Mike Metters. Tina Sutermeister and Tammy Hoofler are the owners. Tammy was also a part breeder along with Dr. and Dr. Hutchinson. This is a Well Said filly out of a Stonebridge Regal mare. Meadowland Lindy Lou. 8 starts on the year, 3 wins. The fastest of those, the fastest of her wins was a qualifier at Scioto Downs in 1:56. One last week at Hicksville in 1:59, also at Bellefontaine in 2 minutes. Did not race as a 2-year-old, so another, and we talked about SP Dancing with the Stars, just having that 1 start. Meadowland Bella did not have any starts as a 2-year-old, but has been racing very well this year in her 3-year-old year.
Before is the biggest affair. David Warnstaff owns and trains. Drew Neal is in the sulky. It's a big bad John filly out of Big Affair in town. Town is big guy. 9 starts this year, 1 win, 3 seconds, 3 thirds. She's on the board. Last week at Wellington, she won in 2 minutes and 2/5. She cut the mile, and she was challenged, it looks. So Drew Neal, that was the first. Oh, no, he's been driving her. But nice filly. Has a 7,500 on the card, mark of 158-3 at Northfield, and she is ready to rumble. Might see a good mile here as a mull up towards the Mike Webkenberg starting gate.
So we had a comment from Tony Dale Holler that said Brian Brown put that mark at Spring Garden Ranch on Bug Juice of 57-3. So Brian not often in the sulky, but must have qualified this Bug Juice and got the win.
Brian goes to Spring Garden Ranch, and Chris stays up north and freezes.
So the horses are headed over to the gate. That must be a like a kids ride area right there coming out of the first turn, because there's like littler rides over that way. I don't know if that's all the rides that are at this fair or not, but if it is, it's kind of a small ride area.
The midway, very small midway.
Very small midway, yeah.
They're moving in by the gate. They're heading for the 7th at out Gilead, Ohio.
Horses approaching the starting gate.
Let's see, we got right now, we have 3 horses at 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5. Here's Roger, just in time for the call of the 7th.
Here they come. Often pacing Meadowland Bella goes right out for the lead. SP Dancing with the Stars on the inside second. Getting away third, Bug Juice trailing the field. The biggest affair. Off stride, SP Dancing with the Stars. Off stride, Meadowland Bella. As they race down the backside, the new leader is Bug Juice and Bo Brown racing second. The biggest affair is here second, racing third. SP Dancing with the Stars. The trailer is Meadowland Bella at the first quarter mark. 27 2/5 as they race into the turn, go on to the 3/8 station. Bug Juice by a length and a quarter, racing second, the biggest affair. Third is SP Dancing with the Stars, trailing the field, Meadowland Bella. Coming to the halfway point, Bug Juice has the lead by a length and a half. The biggest affair second, racing third, SP Dancing with the Stars. The trailer is Meadowland Bella, halfway home. 59 3/5 as they race into the turn, go on to the 5/8 station. It's Bug Juice, continue to show the way. The biggest affair right there second. SP Dancing with the Stars, gapping out third. Trailing the field, Meadowland Bella. Down the backside they go. The leader remains Bug Juice by a length and a half. Racing second, the biggest affair. They're at the 3/4 mark. SP Dancing with the Stars third. Trailing the field, Meadowland Bella, 3/4, 1:28 2, 28 4. Third panel, midway around the final turn, Bug Juice the leader. Here comes Drew Neal, the biggest affair on the outside. Coming on, SP Dancing with the Stars and Braden Rhodes, 3 wide. Coming home, the biggest affair has taken the lead. SP Dancing with the Stars on the outside, biggest affair. SP Dancing with the Stars second, Bug Juice third. 2:01 4/5.
2:01 and 4.
And definitely hold your tickets. This is going to be, see what was that little action in the first turn.
Yeah, there could be a judge's inquiry in this race. They haven't said it yet, so we're gonna
They
wait
were
to
smoking
hear.
out of there, 27
They
and
were.
2. Ooh. But it took a toll on them.
Yes. 27 and 2, 59 and 3, 128 and 2, and mile in 2:1 and 4. Everybody was getting tired at the end.
I'm ready to take a nap.
Unofficial.
4-1-2 unofficial. I think the SP Dancing with the Stars, who was involved in that little skirmish, was way back after that break and came back and finished second.
What a great mile.
A
horrendous
that.
mile. That's why she's 22 out of 33 starts this year on 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Nice filly. Dancing Yankee.
So, Meadowland Bella didn't like something there on the track, so not sure about that. So here comes the biggest affair.
Seventh race. Number 4, the biggest affair. Owned by David Warnstaff, trained by David Warnstaff, Ashley, Ohio. Drew Neal in the sulky. 3-year-old filly, the Big Bad John, on a big affair in town. Home winner in 2:01 4/5.
They had the first quarter 27-2, but they had the breather of 32-1 going down.
Results are official. Number 1, SP Dancing with the Stars, 2. The 2, Bug Juice, 3. The 3, Meadowland Bella, 4. The 4, the biggest affair, the winner. Top down, 2, 3, 4. 1 on the bottom. The quarter, 27-2. The half, 59 3. 3/4, 128-2. The mile, 2:01 4/5.
Okay, so that is the official results of race number 7. Race number 8 coming up. I'm going to tell you this stuff ahead of time so you know, because it's a little confusing.
This is going to be a good one,
Yeah.
folks.
First, we're going to change drivers. On the 1, somewhere up, make the driver James Day. On the 1A, in his time, make the driver Braden Rhodes. The 3, Rockin' My Boxers, Manny Miller will drive. And the 5, SM Hugo, Mark St. Louis will drive. But the 1A in your program is actually going to wear the saddle pad 6. So in his time is going to have a 6 on his saddle pads. And the 1B in your program, Cinder Lane Cruiser, is going to have saddle pad number 7 on it. So when you see the post parade, you're going to think that we didn't mix them all up. That's actually the way it's going to be. We will have 1B and the 5 scoring from the second tier. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back for the penultimate race of the day.
The Morrow County Agricultural Society is the oldest organization in its area. Formed in 1850, it was created after Morrow residents heard about successful fairs in the surrounding counties. They set out to host one of their own. So, after a few months of planning, the first Morrow County Fair was held in Mount Gilead, Ohio. The local Baptist church was used to display farm produce and women's handiwork, while cattle, sheep, and hogs were exhibited in rail fence pens at the town square. No admission was charged, but premiums were paid out of entry fees. The Morrow County Fair and harness racing grew hand in hand. The original racetrack proved too small, so in 1863, the present site of the fairgrounds was purchased for the sole purpose of building a new track. The races drew horsemen and fans from all over. It was reported that standardbred breeders even began to move to the county for the sulky-oriented community. Harness racing was the fair's main attraction for many decades. Today, the Morrow County Fair is a member of the Ohio Fair Racing Conference, and they host 2 days of live-action harness racing.
The roots of harness racing are born at the county fair. For over 150 years, people have gathered to watch horses battle it out for fame and glory. Catch the thrills this summer at an Ohio Fair Racing Conference County Fair. The OFRC races at 22 fairs in 20 Ohio counties. Trotters and pacers put it all on the line to be called the best in the Buckeye State. The Ohio Fair Racing Conference, where the path to greatness begins.
We are back.
We've got a comment from Kathy. She's watching from the Shenandoah County Fair in Woodstock, Virginia, where Roger Houston is headed down there to call those races. She says he's going to be there tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's tomorrow or not, because it's a long trip for him from here.
Especially if he's driving, which I imagine he's at the point of his life he needs a helicopter.
He does. He does.
But he is I'm all over.
Take him from place to
I know,
place.
Roger is 82 now.
I think so.
And how we can do that is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the stamina and the energy, because it does this, folks. In fact, a rule of thumb in radio is when you're on the air is they don't want to put you on more than 4 hours at a time, because you do get spongy. And
driver change here in the 8th. Number 2, dancing across the USA. Make the driver Austin Hanners. Austin Hanners drives the 2, dancing across the USA.
So we have one more driver change for you. The 2 dancing across the USA is Austin Hanner. So continue with your radio.
Well, when you're on, it's just like anything, any repetition, anything like that, you do get spongy. And Susan, she's smiling. She witnesses for firsthand. But it's like I'm a pitcher that comes in, and I'm good for 6 or 7 innings.
Yeah.
After 7 innings, you got to bring in relief. But they start throwing the ball in the infield and over the catchers.
Come this way.
I wanted to be a pitcher in baseball.
Did you?
Yes, I always did, but I had 3 pitches. Slow, slower, and oops, it slipped. Here's the post parade for the 8th.
Horses on the track and parading the post for the 8th race. 3-year-old colt and gelding pace, J.D. Acres, Marengo, Ohio. The 1, somewhere up, James Day. The 2, Dancing Across the USA, Austin Hanners. The 3, Rockin' My Boxers, Emmanuel Miller. The 4, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Jeff Neisonger. The 5, SM Hugo, Mark St. Louis Jr. Number 6, In His Time, Braden Rhodes. And number 7, Cinderlane Cruiser, Nick Clegg in the sulky.
Okay, we'll take a quick look at the horses in this race. Somewhere up, James Day will drive for Betty Clegg. This is a lather up out of a Some Beach Somewhere mare, Somewhere Sunny. 26 starts on the year, 2 seconds and 5 thirds. Last time out was at Croton. Finished 4th in 2-3. About 5 starts back at the Summit County Fair, which was held at Northfield Park. This colt did pace in 58 flat. Has a record as a 2-year-old of 55 at Scioto Downs.
Number 1A, wearing number 6, is In His Time with Braden Rhodes. Betty Clegg owns and trains. Nice Fear the Dragon gelding by the We Adore Thee by Weston Terra. 19 starts this year, 2 wins, 2 seconds, and 5 thirds. Market Cortland of 2:02.1, and has been timed at Groton 2 minutes and 4 fifths, and has win at Jefferson in 2:06.1. In His Time, and Braden Rhodes. Number 1B.
1B wearing the 7 saddle pad will be Cinderlane Cruiser. Nick Clegg drives for Betty. This horse is 14 of 27 first, seconds, or thirds. Has 5 wins on the year. This is a black gelding by Yankee Cruiser out of an If I Can Dream mare, Dream Like Me, Ivy. Has already earned $32,000 this year. Last win was at Napoleon in 1:59.1. Finished second, just back a length and a quarter at Croton. It was timed in 58.3. Does have a record. That record at Napoleon is his mark for the year. Had a record as a 2-year-old, 55.4.
Tell you, he was already got $83,000 on his cards. He was a $10,000 Ohio Select yearling purchase. Number 2 is Dancing Across the USA with Austin Hanners. Christina Hager owns and trains, and the breeder on this colt by Dancing Yankee out of Surf in USA by Nobleland Sam, Chip Noble's horse. And 7 starts, no wins, 1 second, 2 thirds, 4,100 on the card. Shows 58.3 last week at Northfield. Has been timed in 57.2 at Northfield. She's been racing the conditions up there. So Dancing Across the USA might dance across the finish wire. Number 3.
Rockin' My Boxers, Emmanuel Miller up for Terry Henry. Spurwood Farms LLC is the owner and also the breeder. This is a pet rock out of a Dreamwork mare, Designer Dreams. 12 starts on the year, has not hit the winner's circle yet. Was second at Bowling Green, just back by 4 lengths. Was timed in 2:2.1. Last start at Urbana was timed in 2:1.2, but did have a Scioto Downs start back in June where he paced in 55.2.
Number 4 is Obi-Wan Kenobi. I nearly say Kenobi, but I didn't. It's Jeff Nysonger's trained and driven, owned by Kathy Gorby of Huntsville, Ohio. This Fear the Dragon out of Always Sunday by Liz Mara. 17 starts this year, 3 wins, 1 second, 2 thirds. Mark at Wilmington of 58.2. Last week at Lima, pace a mile 57.3. That was good enough for third. Can Be, Can Do, and Obi-Wan Kobe. And number 5.
SM Hugo, Mark St. Louis Jr. drives for Mike Metters. Mike Metters and Tina Sudermeister are the owners and also the breeders. This is a bit of a legend and out of a Big Bad John mare, SM Katrina. Has had 8 starts this year, 1 second. That second was at Northfield in those Summit County Fair races. Finished second back by about 5 on paces mile in 57.2, last quarter in 29.1. So the horses are milling around on the back stretch, getting ready to go to the gate. The gate is in motion.
Now, even though we only have in the program, you think we only got 5 horses, we have 7 in here.
Mm-hmm.
And they are milling on the backside.
So if you bet the 1, you get 3 of them. You get all the whole Clegg entry. So it seems like they let the Cleggs go. If there's 2 entries in a race, they let them go as separate betting interests, but not with 3. The commission has these, and the racing commission makes those decisions, not exactly the people at the fair.
They just dropped to 1-9 for your 3 for 1. They're behind the gate. This is the 8th race from Morrow County Fair and Mount Gilead, Ohio. Here is Roger Houston for his call.
They're all in behind the Wolfenburg starting gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're off and pacing up somewhere up, going for the lead. In his time on the outside, second. Getting away third, Rockin' My Boxers. Fourth on the outside, that's Cinder Lane Cruiser. Racing fifth, dancing across the USA. Racing sixth, SM Hugo. And trading the field, Obi-Wan Kobe. Down the backside they go. Cinder Lane Cruiser and Nick Clegg up on the outside to take the lead. In his time is their second. Racing third, somewhere up at the quarter in 30 and 1/5 as they race into the turn. That's Rockin' My Boxers racing fourth as they race into the stretch first time, coming to the halfway point. Here comes Rockin' My Boxers, now third on the outside, closing in on the leader, Cinder Lane Cruiser, racing third. That is in his time. Fourth on the outside at the halfway point, SM Hugo. Fifth is somewhere up. Sixth is Obi-Wan Kobe. And treading the field, dancing across the USA. Halfway home, 1 minute, 2/5. On to the backside they go. It's still Cinderland Cruiser on top. On the outside, Rockin' My Boxers going the long mile second. Racing third on the inside in his time. Outside fourth, SM Hugo, ready to go 3 wide. Racing on the inside somewhere up. In between horses, Obi-Wan Kobe trading the field. Dancing across the USA. 3/4, 1:28 and 2. Third panel in 28 seconds. It's Cinder Lane Cruiser with the lead. Racing second is in his time. In his time, sneaks up the inside after the leader, Cinder Lane Cruiser. Coming home, it's all in his time. Cinder Lane Cruiser home third. Rockin' My Boxers. 1:58.
That mile in 1:58, the fastest of all our races this meet here at Mount Gilead. That was a kind of an interesting move by Cinder Lane Cruiser. Really was bearing out coming down the stretch and was way out in the 3 or 4 spot to Loud in his time and Braden Rhodes to come right up the rail.
And it's again with watching horses, and as I always say, how really smart drivers, they watch their horse, they watch your horse, and they know every horse has a weakness.
1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. Mutually.
But they'll take advantage of that. Like if you have as we had just watched the horse the other day, horse is kind of rough in the turns, so the other drivers made their move against the horse in the turns. So this one,
it's knowing your competition.
That exactly.
Yeah.
And as one driver, he said to me, I know where every horse in the race is during the race. Is Betty Clegg, Betty Joe, little theme song. We can't have a theme song. Betty Joe is not my... And she puts her horses this year, they're climbing towards the $1 million mark. this season.
Your winner, 8th race, number 6. In his time, on the train with Betty Clegg, Braden Rhodes in the sulky, 3-year-old gelding but Fear of the Dragon out of We Adore Thee. Trophy blanket from J.D. Acres, Marengo, Ohio. And that's another winner from Midland Acres, the home of Fear the Dragon.
We should be getting the results soon. This was a the fastest race of the 2 days before we had a mile in 59 and 3 yesterday. That was the free-for-all pace. And this second division of 3-year-old colts went in 158 flat. So,
and we have
well,
these are the trots, so I don't think if they do, that'll be a track record.
Yeah,
so.
no more fast pacers today.
Nope. Yeah.
We should be getting these results in just a moment.
Yeah, Betty Clegg.
Don't forget the mutual payoffs are based on the finish of 1, 3, 4. Here's your complete order of finish, however. Number 1, Somewhere Up, 6. The 6, In His Time, the winner. The 7, Cinder Lane Cruiser, 2. The 2, Dancing Across the USA, 7. The 3, Rockin' My Boxers, 3. The 4, Obi-Wan Kobe, 4. The 5, SM Hugo, 5. Top down on your program, 6, 1, 2, 7, 3, 4. 5 on the bottom. The quarter, 30 and a fifth. The half, 1 minute, 2/5. 3/4, 1:28.2. The mile, 1:58.
With that.
That was really an action-packed race. I mean, they were
Absolutely.
double-decked from just past the quarter on, so it was
Rockin' My Boxers won a hellacious trip. And the ironic part, Rockin' My Boxers
first up.
And he was one of the first horses that caught my eye in the matinees last year as a 2-year-old. Nice-looking little animal. He's by Pet Rock. He won the matinee, I believe, in 2:10 or something like that. But he just, he's done well. Of course, he's got a lot of seconds, but he won a great mile, and that he finished 3rd. So that is our 8th. We're coming to the 9th up. This is our free-for-all trot.
Okay, we're going to take a short break, and then we'll come back with race number 9.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 66 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fairs, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for nearly $23 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661. When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Okay, so we're back here at Mount Gilead, where we just heard, I'm sorry we didn't get it on air for you. We didn't know it was coming, though, but a nice tribute to Steve High. This is the Steve High Memorial Trot. He trained here for 21 years, and it sounded like the High family did just about everything here at
absolutely.
Mount Gilead. They announced
yep.
races, trained here, raced here, just did a lot of stuff here.
There was Steve and Mike, Of course, they don't know. Everyone knows the most famous member of the High family, Rocky Mountain High. I'm sorry, Susan.
Okay, that was bad.
She's just be thankful she's not going to be with me tomorrow. That's how she says but yeah, this is going to be a nice. They're scratched down to 5 horses in here, and we got a ways before they come out. So, want to start them out with Elena R. You can
Eliana.
say Eliana.
Eliana. So the 1 Candy Sweet is a scratch. The 2 Eliana R. Mark St. Louis Jr. will drive for Larry Clayball. John Lenjacker, I'm sorry, John, that's about saying that, is the owner. This is a 4-year-old mare by Swan in a Million out of a Mr. Levesque mare, Let Her Rumble. Has 4 wins this year, 12 wins lifetime, 60 lifetime starts. That's a lot of starts for just a 4-year-old. Has already earned $74,000. Has a mark as a 3-year-old, a 157-1 at Hoosier Park, and a mark this year, a 159-1 at Northfield.
Number 3 is the Beast of Delaware. It's a Ron Steck trainee for Fred Reed of the 4th of Delaware. And what do we say? For all you need, see Freddie Reed. But Austin Hannahs is in the sulky. This Beast of Delaware is a 5-year-old gelded by Creatine out of Shea Trotting Kid by Cincinnati Kid. Has 19 starts this year, 5 wins, 2 seconds, 3 thirds, 59,000 on his card. Is at a mark this year of 153-2 at Scioto. Last week qualified, getting ready for this race in 158-2 at Scioto, but shows nothing but 58, 54-1. The Beast of Delaware is a beast. Number 4 is
MJ's Honor, Mike Spearman.
Susan Schroeder, call me right away. Call me right away.
Okay, you will have to take over that because I've just been summoned to call Roger.
Okay. We'll go with MJ's Honor. The 3-year-old gelding by DeJambro out of Stonebridge. Bonbon by Cadabra. Mike Spearman trains this gelding. Is for Philip Spearman of Fredericktown, Ohio. Mike Spearman in the sulky. 12 starts this year, no wins, 1 second, 1 third. Has $1,561. Only a 3-year-old. And 58-1. Oh, okay. I'm eavesdropping on Roger and Susan's communication. The old days we used to have the party line telephones for entertainment. On a Friday night, you'd pick up the telephone, listen to everyone's conversation. Here's the post parade.
These are the horses for the free-for-all trot, the Steep High Memorial Trot. The 1 is scratched. The 2, Eliana R., Mark St. Louis Jr. The 3, Beast of Delaware, Austin Hanners. The 4, MJ's Honor, Mike Spearman. The 5, Feisty Jim, Drew Neal. And the 6, Feisty Sam, Matthew Brown in the sulky. Horse will take 1 score and go to the gate.
So I think Tom told you about MJ's Honor, so we'll move on to the 5, Feisty Jim. Drew Neal will drive for trainer Joseph Wilson. Joseph is also the owner of this horse. He's a 10-year-old Triumphant Caviar out of a Feisty GG mare. 78 lifetime starts, 15 wins, 6 seconds, 4 thirds. His earnings of $54,000. It took his lifetime mark as a 4-year-old at 154 at Scioto Downs. Last year as a 9-year-old, took a mark of 156 at Scioto Downs.
Number 6 is Feisty Sam. This is a Matthew Brown trained and owned, and the breeder is Marvin Dean Brown. Matthew Brown in the sulky. This 4-year-old gelding by Victory Sam out of Feisty Kind of Love by Feisty GG. This winner of $98,000 lifetime with 52 starts. Mark of 58-4 at Northfield this year in the slop. Has 17 starts, 3 wins, 1 second, 1 third. It's something very unusual right here, you don't see too often in a race. Number 6 and number 5, they're half brothers. They're both out of the same feisty kind of love. And Feisty Jim is 10, and Feisty Sam is 4. And you do not see that. In fact, I can almost guess this will be a little headlines maybe on the USDA. I know it'll make headlines on In the Know in Ohio.
In the Tom Pye article.
Okay. If you want a free copy of that, it's an email. There's no ads in it. There's no, there's just no trauma in there. So just email me, just say yes, okay, right, to Tom Pye, THOMPYE, at AOL.com, and I'll put you on the list to send you the email. You get all the results this week. It's a weekly issue, so just for Ohio fairs. And it's going to be for the 66 fairs. After that, we don't know what we'll do.
But as he said, this is very unusual to have half brothers in the same race, but they are quite a few years apart. One's a 4-year-old, one's a 10-year-old. So this could be a fast race, I think. A lot of these horses have been going some really good miles. I mean, Feisty Sam's got a mark of 58-4 this year, 56 lifetime. Feisty Jim's got a mark of 56 last year and 54 lifetime. Beast of Delaware, 53-2 at Scioto Downs this year, 55 as a 4-year-old at Dayton. Eliana R., mark of 57-1 at Hoosier Park. So this could be a good race. The 1 is a scratch, and the 5 will be driven by Drew Neal. Those are your changes. Let's join Roger Houston for the call of our last race of the day.
Stretch, and here they come. Off and trotting, that's Beast of Delaware, fast out of the gate and has the lead by 4 lengths before the first 8. MJ's Honor is there second, racing third. Feisty Sam racing off stride is Feisty Jim, and at the start off stride, Eliana R. Down the backside they go. Beast of Delaware on top by 6 lengths. Feisty Sam up on the outside second, racing third, MJ's Honor. Fourth is Feisty Jim. In the trailer, Eliana R. as they race over to the first quarter. Opening quarter, 30-1. As they race into the turn and the 3/8 mark, it's Beast of Delaware by a length and 3/4. Feisty Sam is there second. MJ's Honor trots third, racing fourth. Eliana R. trading the field. Down the stretch they come. It's Beast of Delaware by 2.5. Feisty Sam second at the halfway point. MJ's Honor racing third. Feisty Jim fourth, and the trailer remains Eliana R. Halfway home, 101 3/5 as they race to the backside and the 5/8 mark. The leader is Beast of Delaware by 2.5. Feisty Sam racing second. Third is MJ's Honor, and fourth, Feisty Jim. Go on to the 3/4 mark. It's a 2-horse race from here. On top, Beast of Delaware opens back up by 3.5. Racing second, Feisty Sam. 3/4 in 1:31. Midway around the final turn, Beast of Delaware with the lead by 4.5. Feisty Sam is there second, racing third, MJ's Honor. Less than an 8 to go in Ohio. The leader, Beast of Delaware, drawn away as they please for Austin Hanners. Beast of Delaware. Feisty Sam second, home third, MJ's Honor. 2:01 1/5.
3-6-4. Can we say no more? That was a ride in the park for the Beast of Delaware.
And what a good-looking horse that Beast of Delaware is. I mean, gosh, just got a great stride. Just looked really, really good.
Let's see,
Mile and 2, 1 and 1. I thought perhaps we'd go a bit faster, but
well, they come last
kind of-
half in 59 and 2.
yeah,
So that was a
kind of a messy start. So I think that contributed to it. Horses going off stride, and we're kind of spread out. It's hard to go a really fast mile unless you got some competition right up there.
Feisty Sam went a good mile to stayed flat and finished second. And Feisty Jim got a little bit feisty. Good mile, 2, 1 and 1. Beast of Delaware. I think Freddie's, of course, he's from Delaware. He's got the Mayor of Delaware. He got the Beast of Delaware. So proud of the city. It should be. Delaware is a great little. It's a city. It's about city of 22,000, 25,000 on the Grove.
Going to the winner's circle, the winner, free-for-all trot, Steve High Memorial Trot. Number 3, Beast of Delaware, Frederick Reed IV of Delaware, Ohio. Ron Steck, the winning trainer. Austin Hanners in the sulky. 5-year-old gelding by Creaton out of She's a Trotting Kid. Home winner in 2:01, 1/5. Members of the High family, along with Angela High, presenting the blanket on behalf of the Steve High Memorial. Number 3, Beast of Delaware. Members of the High family in the winner's circle. Results are official. The 1 was scratched. The 2, Eliana R, 5. The 3, Beast of Delaware, the winner. The 4, MJ's Honor, 3. The 5, Feisty Jim, 4. The 6, Feisty Sam, 2. Top down, scratch 5, 1, 3, 4, 2 on the bottom. 30 and 1, the half 101, 3. 3/4, 131. The mile 2:01, 1/5.
Did you notice that horse does not have an overcheck on? I never would have thought that the way that he carried his head in the race. I never would have thought he didn't have an overcheck. Did have a tie down on, but no overcheck. So just a
And
really
what is
nice
an
trotter.
overcheck? Susan Schroeder, what is an overcheck?
What do you want me to say?
Well, you explain it to a lot of people.
Well, an overcheck is just an extra bit in their mouth and comes up between their ears and attaches to the water hook on the harness. Kind of keeps their head a little bit
You have a
steady.
little T on the harness, and that's called the water hook. They call that when you used to have the olden days. You'd be driving down, give the horse a drink of water, you unhook the overcheck and off a water hook and let the horse drink water. And a lot of horses, there's different various types of bits that you have in the horse's mouth that keeps them up. But that's no overcheck and just a martingale, a tied down.
Nice trotter. So that was our last race of the day in 2, 1 and 1. Remember tonight at Van Wert, so you can join in Van Wert tonight. Post time is 6:30. That's the only other racing and Caldwell. Sorry, Caldwell at 5 and Van Wert at 6:30. So thanks everybody for watching. For Matt Clark, Tom Pye the Harness Guy, and myself, Susan Schroeder, have a great afternoon.
This has been Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing has been presented by Midland Acres, thestable.ca, Dublin Valley Farms, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, and the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio County Fair Racing is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.